Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my global audience. Walter Cotton back at you with another installment of my Patriot Report. And during this Patriot Report, I'm going to do something that I've been promising to do for some time now. I'm going to give you guys a full update on the DoD Mentor Protege program. I've been promising that, as I said, for a few weeks. But I'm going to err on the side of efficiency because my good friend Mercedes Thurston over at the Department of Navy has done a yeoman's job in updating, or she actually put together a briefing at the end of 2022 that provides a comprehensive understanding of the DoD Mentor Protege program, how you participate, and everything that you need to know in order to take advantage of it. And I'm going to provide you all a link to both Miss Thurston's work along with a video that includes Miss Thurston herself delivering, as I said, everything that you guys ever wanted to learn about the Mentor Protege program, but were afraid to ask. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well this young lady updates you on the legacy DoD Mentor Protege program. My job is to give you an update on the changes that came out of the National Defense Authorization Act of 2023. And there were some significant changes that came out of that act, which I'm going to talk about the top three, right? Because those are the ones that I think you need to focus on. The number one change, in my humble opinion, was the movement of the participation threshold for the mentors. In yesterday's program, in order for you to qualify as a mentor under DoD's Mentor Protege program, you had to have $100 million in previous DoD sales in order to qualify as a mentor. They've reduced that threshold to $25 million, which opens the door for a number of other participants to play in the program. The other change, which Ms. Thurston talks about in her presentation, is the duration, the period of performance. The period of performance had been shortened to 2 years. They've now extended that period of performance back to 3 years, so you have the full 3-year period of performance for participation. But the creme de la creme is a pilot program that they are testing, which allows the protege, listen to this, drum roll please, allows the protege to take 25% of the reimbursement that's approved under the program in their pocket in the beginning of the program. Said another way, if you have a protege who is working on a prototype, they're working on some type of a manufactured product that needs to be machined, or they need to make an investment in it, DoD is now allowing the protege under this pilot period to take 25% of the expected reimbursement at the start of the program, meaning they will have the cash flow now to make the investment in that software, in that customer premise equipment, that hardware, or that weapon system that they need to demonstrate in order to get to the next level of spending. So the three major changes that I'm bringing your attention to is, one, they've lowered the threshold from 100 million to 25 million for mentors, opening the door to a larger pool of potential mentors to participate in the program. The second thing that they did was they extended the period of performance to 3 years. The third component that I'm bringing your attention to is the fact that they installed a pilot program that allows the protege to take up to 25% of the reimbursement that's approved under the program and put it into production, put it into performance at the beginning of the program. And the final piece, right? And this one is big for me because it was the DoD's Mentor Protege program that I used when I was imagining, right? When I was reinventing what type of a Mentor Protege program could be put in place for disabled veterans. I utilized DoD's Mentor Protege program because it was the only other program, wink, wink, that was authorized by statute. But the big change that they made as a part of the Defense Authorization Act of 2023 was they made the DoD mentor protege program permanent. And the second component, which now makes the third program that's available under statute, is they created a credit mentor protege program for the Department of Homeland Security. Under the Department of Homeland Security's program, now mentors can take small disadvantaged business utilization goal retiring credit for, drum roll please, participating in the credit portion of the Department of Homeland Security's mentor protege program. Now, for those of you that are neophytes, this may not be exciting information, but for those of you who are steeped, right, long in the tooth in federal contracting, you know the signs of change. And what this signal of change suggests is that the government may be having a more difficult time than they're letting on in terms of their ability to meet the small business spending goal. But what they're really telegraphing is the fact that the industrial base, the small business industrial base, is at jeopardy. And that is so critical. It's so important to the national security of these United States that we're starting to see some of the signs that the government is prepared to invest. They're prepared to make a direct investment of the taxpayers' dollars, like Joe Biden said, or President Joe Biden said. He has access to all of the available discretionary spending, and he's going to use it to make sure that American companies are making American products that are being purchased by the taxpayer's dollar. In this particular instance, what we're seeing is the first signs of some fraying at the edges, at the margin of that small disadvantaged business goal attainment. And I've talked to you about why that's a hard problem and why you need to pay some attention to that, but I can't emphasize it enough. I can't emphasize it enough that the government is going to continue to struggle in meeting that small disadvantaged business spending goal until there is a congressional action that actually reinstalls the set-aside program, reinstalls the sole source contracting program for small disadvantaged businesses. I don't expect to see that in the not too distant future. And as a result of that, I fully expect to see additional actions, additional efforts like what we're seeing in the Mentor Protege program to try to create some momentum that will leverage the playing field in federal contracting. Well, I said I was going to make this one a quick hitter, so I'm going to get out of your way and leave you in the good hands of Miss Mercedes Thurston, who is going to tell you, as I said, everything you ever wanted to know about Mentor Protege, DoD's Mentor Protege program, but were afraid to ask. The link to those briefings and the presentation that they delivered at the November 2022 briefing is in the description to this video. That's about all I have for this section or this segment of the Walter Cotton Patriot Report. Until next time, this is Walter Cotton saying, I'm out.